가고 있잖아.
Hold up just a minute. Been looking for some help just to find myself. Yeah. Been losing my focus like 1,000 times before. Can't take this anymore. 'Cause I've been looking for something to change thoughts into motion. Been waiting way too long. Yeah, waiting just for somebody to love and to surround me and to handle my emotions. Killing time, Friday night. Found a photograph of us without cares and worn out clothes. Doesn't seem so long ago. Now I'm just sitting here bored at home, and it really got me thinking of the times we took off on the road. I can't remember where we headed that night. We were cruising around town in Memphis, running the lights. I just know how it felt. I won't forget that. Windows down and open top. But we were clever not to take it too far, though it's hard not getting tempted. Calling you up to see how you've been, 'cause don't I miss you and all those things we did back then. Way back then. It's funny how times roll by. Is it 12 years since last time? Where'd you go? What's the score? Did you find what you were looking for? I never see you anymore. I can't remember what we did that day. We were blowing off steam in Paris, but I wanted to stay 'cause I know how it felt when we raised hell. I won't forget that. But we were clever not to take
다시 돌아올 제주도 왠지 그녀도 왔을까 여기.
Ver aqui.
Work it out, only time will tell. It's gonna take a lot, cause we've been through hell. I can't be without you, I've tried and I failed. So can we work it out? Only time will tell. Why do you keep telling me nothing? But I know all your flaws, at least they say something. Still I try to connect with you through your eyes. Your eyes. What is on your mind? I think it's time to speak. I have crossed the line, but no, not just me. I'm feeling something that goes beyond us.